All right, welcome to the next intermediate training. This section is going to be about the most asked questions. This seems a little silly, but I'll get into why this is important to know. How do I know the most asked questions? Because about 3 years ago, I combed through thousands of chats that we had, and I excluded the ones that were chats that did not lead to enrollment. So if they were customer service chats, transcript request chats, those were excluded. And I only counted the chats that could have led to enrollment. And the next slide I'm going to show you are the top 4 questions that were asked in almost every one of those chats. Such a high percentage that 75% of the chats had these 4 questions in them. So here they are. What is the cost and length of the program? When's the next start date? What requirements do I have to enroll? And what is the schedule? The reason why knowing that these are the top 4 questions, you need to get yourself in the mindset whenever a chat rings in, you have a high probability that one, if not all, of these questions will be asked of you. And if you know per client how to handle each of these questions, it will reduce your stress level when chatting, because, if Mildred Ellie rings in and I know that these questions are probably going to be asked of me, I know the responses I already have for that. Or if another client rings in like Concord and I know that these questions are going to be asked of me, I know where this information can be found. Because some of our clients provide this information, and we have a lot of it in our predefined content where we learned in our beginning training series, and or a lot of this information can also be found in the catalogs. And when we get into the more advanced training, I'll show you how to start navigating our clients' websites and learning where catalogs are. I'm going to say the hardest answer to provide is that second one, start dates. A lot of our clients have a tendency to not reveal their start dates. Their mentality is create a sense of urgency. So if they know the next start date is 2 months out, then the prospective student may drag their feet and then not want to. So they don't typically like to reveal the start dates. It's frustrating on our end because a lot of times all the person wants to know, and they become very adamant they just want to know the start date, that we can't provide it. And you learn how to navigate around that. It goes back to our previous video of addressing their needs and saying, if you've offered for the appointment, I understand that you want to learn the start date. What would be an advantage to you is to come in and meet with admissions, and they can discuss upcoming start dates so you can get started as soon as possible. If they turn down the appointment, you can say, I completely understand that you want to know what the next start date is. What I can do is I can have admissions reach out to you to go over the available start dates prior to you committing to coming in for an admissions visit. Okay, but like I said, a lot of this information is in our predefined content, and like I was saying too in the previous video, the general flow chats that we have of the clients, the requirement question is easy. We have a canned response for it, which I'll go over into the next video of my Excel document. We require our students to have a high school diploma or GED to enroll. What's your current highest level of education? That one's a pretty easy one to answer. And of course, there's exceptions to other rules because, once again, our more advanced clients, a lot of their programs do have specific previous college education required in order to enroll. But once again, if you're familiar with the client and you know that these questions are going to be asked, then you're going to feel comfortable knowing that when this question comes up, you can easily handle it. And the schedule, some of our clients do provide the schedule, while others do not. A lot of our clients do offer day and evening, and once again, I'll get into this into the Excel document in the next video about we have a nice canned response, because a lot of times we can't give exact days and times, but we do say something like, we offer day and evening classes for a lot of our students because we know a lot of them work while attending. Admissions will work with you to let you know the class schedules to see if it works within your current work and life schedule. And a lot of times that response eases the mind of the visitor enough that they will continue with the conversation. And of course, there can be difficult people in every situation. When every chat's different because every person's different. But it's very important to know that you will probably see these questions in almost every chat you receive. Okay, thank you very much.